Okay, hello Solomon.
Hi.
We first met at a General Assembly. This is the Vision and Goals video series for YouTube. And the first thing I'd like to ask you is tell us a little bit about yourself and how you heard about the occupation, first went down there.
Well, my name's Solomon Siegel. I'm 27, live here in New York. I first heard about Occupy only in September before it actually happened. I was watching lots of the information was going back and forth about planning to sleep on Wall Street.
So you saw the anonymous call and all that?
What's that?
The anonymous call?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've been following Anonymous ever since they started the protest against the Church of Scientology, and I've been following their actions ever since.
Okay.
I've been also watching what's been going on in the United States and the world for the last couple of years about the financial crisis and about how it happened. And I understand how the banks completely destroyed the economy, and actually instead of being punished for what they did, they got bailed out and they got bonuses.
Yeah.
So this all happened way back in 2008, and here we are in 2011 waiting for the government to deal with it, and the government doesn't deal with it. So at least personally I feel that there needs to be some kind of serious protest against it. And here were people from Anonymous and from Canada organizing a protest against Wall Street. So I figured that if there was no better time than now.
Right.
It's time to let people know what's been done to their money, what's been done to their houses, what's been done with their loans and mortgages, and how the banks completely manipulated the entire system to their own advantage and screwed not just Americans over, but people all over the world.
So, when did you arrive that first day, September 17th,
September 17th.
when they marched on Wall Street?
On the first day. I watched the original march. I watched the original General Assembly. I was speaking to lots of people back then, and I was very excited to see what would become of it. Because, I mean, this was on a Saturday, everything was closed, there's nobody actually on Wall Street.
Okay.
So the real movement actually did not start on September 17th, it started 2 days later on Monday.
If I remember right, the March on Wall Street was denied, wasn't it? The occupation of Wall Street, it was denied to march down Wall Street.
Yeah, they blocked off the street. They did not let anybody onto Wall Street. So that first day when they failed to actually march on Wall Street, they continued marching up Broadway to Zuccotti Park, where they settled and had the first General Assembly, and the first people set up tents and started sleeping there.
There we are, yeah. Yeah, I mean, nothing was set up, tents or anything, were they? Because
there were a couple people that set up tents, there were a couple people that just had sleeping bags. It was a very warm night, there was no need for sleeping bags, people were just sleeping out in the open.
Yeah, that's
everybody there was new, nobody had any idea what was going to become or what they were going to do. Everybody was just ready to do something, because everybody had grievances about the economy, about the government, about the banks, about everything that's been going on.
So once the occupation got started, we all know it kind of evolved into a little communal hub. Why don't you try to share with people what that experience was like for you, coming down to Occupy, stay there, or just visit during the days? Try to share with people
at the very beginning, in the first couple of weeks, Occupy attracted a huge variety of different people from different backgrounds with different ideas, and it was very welcoming to just allow anybody in and speak with each other. That was basically the community there, was about people getting together, having conversations, and just understanding different perspectives, learning. There was lots of classes that were started popping up there. Lots of people just interacting with each other, learning from each other. There was the library that spontaneously grew there. It just started from a couple of books that people left there, and it turned into this huge library where people would spend whole days just going through the books.
Right. Okay. Yeah. If there's anything you'd like to share about the occupation itself, I'd love to hear it. If not, we'll go on to the next video.
About the occupation itself?
Yeah, during the 2 months. We're just trying to archive a little bit different people's memories.
I mean, the first day was absolutely amazing, because there was insane energy there. People had a ridiculous energy. People had ideas were just flying. Nobody had any idea what this was going to become, what they were going to do. Everything was still a mystery. Everything was still new. It was also amazing because I was watching the donations that were coming, the food donations, the money donations that were coming in from around the United States and overseas. And I mean, the most amazing part was people kept ordering pizzas. And there were a couple pizza companies, pizza shops around the park that just sold out of all dough, all products, just from the sheer amount of donations that were coming in. And they had to book lots of the donations for the following day when they could get more merchandise and ship more pizzas there.
Right, it all arose quite miraculously.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing because it wasn't just the high energy in the park, it was high energy everywhere in the world, where people all over the world realized that there were spontaneous campaigns and all over the world that were happening. There was the Arab Spring, there was Tunisia, there was Libya, there was Egypt, the whole world was starting to get really high energy, and people were expecting something to start in America already, and here it was starting, and people were very excited because now America, that was the source of the problems in the economy for the last 10 years, is finally getting a demonstration of its own, is finally getting a movement within itself. And people were just sending so much support, so much letters, so much money, so much food, so much energy that it was just amazing how much support we were getting from overseas and around the world.
Right. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing your thoughts on it.